Hey everybody, welcome to week 4. We are almost halfway through our session together. Once you are done with week 4, you will be over the hump, over halfway, and only 3 weeks will remain. I can't believe how fast this is going. Wow. All right, so let's get started and see what we're doing this week. Hopefully you have your course schedule either up on your computer or you've printed it out and you have taken a look to see what is going on for the week. We're starting a new unit this week, analyzing text structure. So on Monday, we have 4 tasks, and the first task is a test. Last week, you studied articulating main idea. You practiced doing lots of study reads. You had a lot of instruction on how to do an outline and a summary. You also had a lot of instruction on how to compose a thesis statement or main idea. So you should be ready for this test. I just wanted to show you something on D2L. I have gone into a preview of this test. This test is going to be in the same format as it was last week. So your last week's test was in the quizzes, and so is this, and I will show you that in a minute. But once you get into the quiz and you get to question 6, you will notice that there is a link here to this worksheet, okay? So this worksheet is going to be where you are going to do your outline and do your map. And notice the worksheet is linked here as well. So you can use the worksheet to do your outlines and your maps, and including in the essay that you will be reading for this test, because you always will have a reading to go with every single test. So I'm just going to exit here, and I'm going to go back to content so you can see where I am. I was in summative test 2, and then here is the link to get to the test, and here is the assignment folder where you can upload your worksheet for test 2. Now last week, some of you figured out how to upload or get your annotations and stuff into the test, the actual test. I never could make that work, so congratulations, you guys did a good job. If you didn't get your stuff uploaded into the test, that's okay. That is why there's an assignment folder. But just make sure your stuff is in the assignment folder. Please don't leave a link to a Google Doc. Google Docs can be revised and updated, and I want something that is done on time, solid, in the assignment folder. So make sure you get it in the assignment folder, okay? So that worksheet gets in the assignment folder. All right, so same drill. You'll have 2 hours to do the test once you start it. It opens up on Monday at 9 o'clock in the morning, and it will close on Tuesday at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you will no longer have access to it after 8 o'clock on Tuesday morning, which means the latest you can begin the test is 6 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Okay, and I'm pretty good about getting right on that and starting grading right away, so hopefully I'll be good this week as well. I was really good last week, so my high hopes are there. All right, so the next task that you have to do is there is a video, and the video, this is just the first page of the video. It goes over a PowerPoint just like I'm doing right now, and this will introduce you to the first part of analyzing text structure, and that part is going to be focusing on author's purpose and modes of discourse. So this will give you an introduction to author's purpose and modes of discourse. So watch that and take notes. Take really good notes. You will need them. All right, and then the last thing you have to do that is due on Tuesday is you're going to study read chapter 8. Okay? And of course, then you'll always have your next chunk chunk 3 of The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian. This, of course, isn't due till Friday. Okay? Then there is Tuesday. On Tuesday, there is a voice thread for you where you're going to do some practicing with author's purpose and modes of discourse. So make sure that you have watched the video from the day before you can do this. Otherwise, you'll be lost. You're going to be going over a worksheet, and you're going to be going over the poverty packet. And once you're done with the poverty packet, you are going to just write a reflection paper based on the readings in that packet. There are directions in the voice thread and in your module about this. And of course, there's going to be a link for that assignment folder in your module. Okay. Also, you'll have some practice quiz on Chapter 8, and that also will be linked. So that's what you're going to be doing on Tuesday. And on Wednesday, we're going to leave author's purpose and modes of discourse, and we're going to start getting a little bit narrower. You're going to have a quiz on tone, and then you're going to dive into Chapter 5, which is going to be talking about time, order, and simple listing. So you're going to need to do the voice thread on Chapter 5, and then you will have a study read to do also on Chapter 5 that day. And then you'll also have some practice quizzes with Chapter 5. So that's why there are 2 quiz things here. One is for the tone quiz, one is for your practice quizzes for Chapter 5. So that is what Wednesday is going to look like. And then on Thursday, you have a pretty light day. You just have to read and annotate an essay called Shame. It is posted in your module. And what you need to do is you need to just look at this essay and try and figure out where Richard Gregory, who is the author of this essay, uses time order and where he uses simple listing. And of course, you will already know what all of that means, because on Wednesday, you would have done your voice thread and your study read. So you would already know about that. So you're going to do some application by annotating for simple listing and time order. And then when you're done with your annotations, then there is going to be a video that I want you to watch, and then compare what you did in your on your annotations with what the video is doing. So it's going to walk you through that essay. It's really, really, really important that you do it first, because if you don't do it first and you think you can just skip that step, like, oh, I'm not going to do it, I'm just going to watch the video. I mean, you absolutely can do that, right? No one can stop you. However, what's going to be your consequence is that you're not going to learn it as well. It is really not the most exciting video of me walking through this essay, but if you have done the work ahead of time, the things that I'm going to be talking about are going to be more instructive, because you're going to see how you did and what you missed or what you did wrong, and then you're going to see how I did it, and that is where learning happens. So if you choose to skip a step, I'll never know. But you won't have the skills that you need when you take the test for analyzing text structure. So this is a really, this is what it is. When you're in college, there's a whole bunch of things that you're going to be asked to do that aren't graded. They aren't to get a grade. They are to learn the material. And this is one of them. And if you are going to college just to check off the assignments and gather points and not learn anything, then you're here for the wrong reason. The reason you should be in this class is to get the most out of it and to learn the most, so when you move on and go to your next class, whether that's your next reading class or an English class or a science class or a history class or a psychology class, whatever, that you will be able to be there and use what you learned here in order to learn better there. So I'm just telling you, do the annotation and then watch the video, and you will learn things then. Okay, so that's the only thing you have to do on Thursday, is just deal with this shame thing. And then, of course, on Friday, you will just be replying to your group, right? You're just going to reply to your group. You have to make sure that your post is up by 8 o'clock on Friday morning, and then after 8 o'clock on Friday morning, everybody should have posted to their assignment folder, or the discussion board, to this discussion board, and you will go back and reply to the people in your group. Okay, so that is the week. If you have questions, you know that you can email me. Oh, sorry about that. And if you would like to set up a Zoom appointment, that's awesome too. Just email me and let's set one up. Looking forward to seeing you in class at 9 o'clock, and looking forward to starting this analyzing text structure unit. I think this is a really cool unit. There's only one unit left after this one, so we are going down the hill now instead of climbing up it. Hope you guys have a great week. Let me know if you need me, and I'll see you on the next presentation.